Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare wheat penny coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we're diving into a coin that's a true rarity in the world of American numismatics. It's a simple, small coin, but its value? Well, that's anything but small. Let's talk about the United States 1-cent coin from 1945. Sounds ordinary, right? Think again, because this little coin might just be hiding something worth a small fortune. Now, when we think about the 1945 1-cent coin, it's easy to overlook it. After all, it was minted during a time of great change in the U.S. The world was still in the thick of World War II, and the country's focus was on the war effort. But here's the kicker: this coin, often found in your pocket change, holds something special in its history. With the right condition, this coin could be worth much more than you'd ever expect. So, what makes this coin so special? Well, it's all about rarity and condition. During 1945, the U.S. Mint was producing vast quantities of coins to keep up with wartime demand. But, over time, many of these coins were circulated, worn, and eventually disappeared into the history books. As a result, finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is like stumbling upon a hidden treasure. Imagine, you're casually flipping through your coin collection and you spot this one. At first glance, it might look like just another Lincoln cent. But wait, don't be fooled. The condition of the coin is what truly drives its value. A well-preserved 1945 1-cent coin, without any visible scratches, discoloration, or wear, is a rare find. And if it's got that perfect shine, it's a collector's dream. Now, you might be asking yourself, what's the big deal with a 1-cent coin from 1945? Well, it's not just any 1-cent coin. Coins from this year, especially those in mint condition, are highly sought after by collectors around the world. The demand for this specific coin has been steadily rising, and its value is skyrocketing. Are you ready for the exciting part? If you have one of these rare 1945 1-cent coins in uncirculated condition, you might be sitting on a goldmine. The value? Well, brace yourself, it could be worth an eye-popping $85,000. That's right, this little 1-cent coin could fetch an incredible sum at auction, thanks to its rarity and flawless condition. So, if you've ever wondered whether that old coin collection of yours is worth anything, this could be your lucky day. Check your coins carefully, because you might just have a rare 1945 1-cent coin that could change your financial future. Top 2. We're about to uncover the hidden value of a coin you might have missed in your collection, a 1954 United States 1-cent coin. Sounds like just another penny, right? But trust me, this little coin could be worth a lot more than you think. Let's take a quick trip back in time. The year is 1954. The world was still recovering from the aftereffects of World War II, and America was in the midst of a post-war economic boom. Coins from this era, including the 1-cent from 1954, were produced in large quantities, but here's the twist: few of them have survived in pristine, uncirculated condition. Now, most 1954 pennies that you'll find in your change jar or on the floor are heavily worn from decades of circulation. But there's one thing you should know: if you happen to come across a 1954 penny in perfect condition, you might have struck gold. You see, it's not just the age that makes this coin valuable, it's the quality. Coins that have been preserved without scratches, stains, or any signs of wear are extremely rare, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them. But what exactly makes the 1954 1-cent coin so special? It's a combination of factors: its rarity, its historical significance, and its condition. The U.S. Mint produced millions of these pennies, but only a small fraction of them were kept in pristine shape, making them incredibly valuable today. And if your 1954 penny is in mint condition, you're looking at a coin that stands out from the rest. Now, I bet you're wondering just how much this coin could be worth. Well, hold on to your hats, because if you have a 1954 1-cent coin in uncirculated condition, it could be worth an astonishing $76,000. That's right, your penny could be worth more than most people's cars, or even a down payment on a house. So, before you toss that penny into your pocket change pile, take a second look. You never know if you've got a rare gem hiding among your coins. If you find one in great condition, it might just change your life. Top 3, we're diving into a coin that may look like just another 1-cent piece, but trust me, it's far more than meets the eye. We're talking about the 1944 United States 1-cent coin. At first glance, it may seem like just an old penny from the middle of World War II, but this seemingly humble coin has an intriguing story and could be worth far more than you might imagine. Let's rewind to 1944. The United States was deep in the midst of World War II, and the country's coinage had to adapt. The 1944 1-cent coin is special because it was minted during a time of metal shortages, leading the U.S. Mint to use steel for the production of pennies in the previous year. But by 1944, they returned to copper for the 1-cent coins, making the 1944 pennies stand out from others. While millions of these coins were produced, only a small percentage survived in pristine, uncirculated condition. So, what makes this coin so valuable? Like any rare find, it's all about the condition and the history. The 1944 penny, in its perfect, uncirculated state, is highly sought after by collectors. After all, it represents a critical time in American history, and very few have remained in perfect shape over the decades due to heavy circulation. Now, I know what you're thinking: how much could a 1944 1-cent coin really be worth? Well, here's the jaw-dropping part: if you have one of these coins in mint, uncirculated condition, it could be worth an astonishing $89,000. Yes, you heard that right, your 1944 penny could be worth more than most people's cars or even an entire house. Imagine discovering this treasure in your collection or even in your spare change. The value of this coin has been steadily increasing, and as more of them get lost or damaged over time, the rarity of an uncirculated 1944 penny only grows. So, take a moment to dig through your coins and take a closer look at that old penny. You might just be holding on to a small fortune without even realizing it. Top 4, we've got a real treat for you. We're diving into a coin that you might have overlooked before, the United States 1-cent coin from 1971. Now, you might be thinking, 1971? That's just a regular penny, right? Well, you couldn't be more wrong. This coin might seem like just another penny, but in reality, it could be worth way more than you ever expected. Let's take a trip back in time. The year is 1971. The world was in the middle of an exciting cultural revolution, rock and roll, new technology, and, of course, a world of change for the United States. It was a pivotal year in American history, and this humble 1-cent coin was minted right in the middle of it. What makes this coin so intriguing? It's all about rarity and condition. You see, while the U.S. Mint produced millions of pennies in 1971, very few of them were kept in pristine, uncirculated condition. Over the years, most of these coins have been used, worn down, and tossed around in pockets, change jars, and wallets. So, finding a 1971 penny in mint, uncirculated condition is a rare treasure that can turn heads in the coin collecting world. Now, you might be wondering, why is this particular penny so sought after? Well, it's because coins from certain years, even ones that seem like common circulation pieces, can be worth a lot of money if they're in perfect condition. Collectors know that the value of these coins can skyrocket over time, especially as more of them become worn or lost. The 1971 1-cent coin is one of those sleepers, something that collectors are eagerly hunting for, and if you have one in mint condition, it could be worth a small fortune. Imagine this: you find a 1971 penny buried at the bottom of a jar, or maybe it's been sitting in your collection for years. You take a closer look, and it's spotless, gleaming with no scratches, dents, or discoloration. It's an uncirculated, gem-quality coin that could make you some serious money. So, let's get to the good part: how much is this 1971 penny really worth? Hold on to your hats, because if you have a mint condition 1971 1-cent coin, it could be worth an astounding $66,000. Yes, that's right, this small, often overlooked coin could be worth more than most people's entire savings. It's mind-blowing to think that such a modest coin, with its simple design and history, could fetch such a high price. Now, I know what you're thinking. Could I have one of these coins in my collection? Well, it's possible. Coin collectors are constantly on the lookout for coins in mint condition, and if you've been holding on to any 1971 pennies, now might be the time to take another look. The demand for these coins has been growing, and with each year that passes, the value only increases. Here's a tip: if you're lucky enough to come across a 1971 penny in perfect shape, make sure to get it appraised. The value could be far more than you ever imagined. So, what do you think? Do you have a 1971 1-cent coin hiding in your collection? If not, don't forget to keep an eye out for this treasure. And if you do, you might just be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. Top 5. We've got a fascinating little piece of American history on our hands, the 1972 United States 1-cent coin. You might think, 1972? That's just another penny, right? But hold on, this coin could actually be worth a small fortune, and today, we're going to uncover why. First, let's set the stage. It's 1972, and the world is in a period of change. The United States was in the middle of the Vietnam War, and the nation was also experiencing a cultural shift with the rise of new music, technology, and ideas. During this time, the U.S. Mint was busy producing coins, including the 1-cent piece we're discussing today. While millions of these pennies were minted, only a small number of them survived in pristine, uncirculated condition. So, why does that matter? Well, most 1972 pennies were heavily circulated, getting passed around from hand to hand, and becoming worn out along the way. But what happens when a penny escapes all of that? What happens when it remains in perfect, uncirculated condition? That's when we enter the realm of collectors, and this is where the magic happens. A coin that's been kept in top-notch condition is rare, and that rarity makes it incredibly valuable, but here's the real kicker. The 1972 1-cent coin isn't just rare in mint condition, it's one of those sleepers in the world of coin collecting. People may overlook it, thinking it's just another common penny, but the truth is, if you've got one of these beauties in mint condition, you're holding on to something special. Let's talk about the design for a second. The 1972 penny features the iconic Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, just like all the pennies in this series. But it's the overall condition of the coin that collectors are after. Over time, the minting process can leave coins with unique characteristics that make them stand out, and a perfectly preserved 1972 penny can shine brighter than anything else in your collection. Now, you're probably wondering, how much could a 1972 penny possibly be worth? Well, here's the exciting part: if you have a 1972 1-cent coin in uncirculated, pristine condition, it could be worth a jaw-dropping $62,000. Yes, you heard that right, $62,000. This penny could be worth more than a luxury car, or even a down payment on a house. It's truly mind-blowing that something so simple could hold so much value. Think about it, this little coin, which might have been sitting in your change jar for years, could be hiding a fortune. So before you toss that penny into a jar or spend it on a coffee, take a moment to check its condition. If it's flawless, you may just have found your ticket to a significant payday. The best part is, you don't need to be a seasoned coin expert to spot a valuable 1972 penny. Just give it a careful look. Check for any signs of wear or damage. If it's spotless and shiny, it could be worth a lot more than face value. Top 6. We have a truly exciting discovery for you, something that might be sitting right under your nose, in your very own collection or even in your change jar. We're talking about the 1967 United States 1-cent coin. At first glance, it might seem like just another penny, but this little coin has a fascinating history and, believe it or not, could be worth a small fortune. So grab your magnifying glass because today, we're uncovering the hidden value of this 1967 penny. let's take a step back and look at the context. The year is 1967. America was in the midst of cultural change, new music, new social movements, and a growing space race. It was a time of transition, and yet, this penny was being minted at the U.S. Mint, alongside other coins that would later become part of American history. But here's the catch: while millions of these pennies were produced, very few of them have survived in pristine, uncirculated condition. It's this rarity that makes the 1967 penny so special in the eyes of collectors. So, what sets the 1967 1-cent coin apart from other pennies? It's all about condition. Over the years, most of these coins were circulated, passed through hands, and collected scratches, wear, and discoloration. But finding one in mint, uncirculated condition is like finding a hidden treasure. Coins in perfect shape are incredibly rare, and they stand out from the rest. And when a coin like the 1967 penny is preserved in its original condition, it becomes highly desirable among collectors who are always hunting for those rare gems. Now, let's talk about value. You might be wondering, how much could a 1967 penny possibly be worth? The answer might surprise you. If you have an uncirculated 1967 1-cent coin in excellent condition, it could be worth a staggering $68,000. That's right, your 1967 penny could be worth more than an entire year's salary for some people. It's amazing to think that a small coin like this could be hiding such immense value. So, how do you know if you have one of these rare 1967 pennies? Start by carefully inspecting it. Look for signs of wear and tear. A well-preserved penny should have no scratches, no tarnish, and no visible signs of aging. It should look as if it just came straight from the U.S. Mint. If you happen to find one like this, you could be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. But here's something else to consider: besides perfect condition, there are also certain variants of the 1967 penny that can increase its value. Minting errors, unique characteristics, and variations in the design can make certain coins even more valuable. So, if your 1967 penny has something a little out of the ordinary, it might be worth even more than the standard uncirculated version. Now, imagine this: you go through your old coins, perhaps even pick up that loose penny from the bottom of your drawer, and you realize that you've got a 1967 penny in incredible shape. Suddenly, you're not just holding a piece of change, you're holding a potential treasure. The thought of a $68,000 penny might seem crazy, but it's very much within the realm of possibility. So, next time you come across a 1967 penny, take a second look. You never know, it might just be the rare find you've been waiting for. If you're lucky enough to have one in pristine condition, get it appraised by a professional, and you could find out that your penny is worth far more than you ever imagined. Top 7 and last rare coin, we've got an exciting discovery that could change the way you look at your change forever. You may think you've seen it all when it comes to pennies, but trust me, there's one particular 1-cent coin from 1970 that might just be hiding in your collection, and it could be worth a staggering amount of money. Yep, you heard that right, this seemingly ordinary penny could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Now, let's take a quick trip back in time to 1970. The United States was in the midst of some major historical moments. The Vietnam War was still raging, and the country was gearing up for the Apollo 13 mission to the moon. Meanwhile, the U.S. Mint was busy producing coins, including the 1-cent coin we're talking about today. It may seem like just another year, but as it turns out, 1970 holds a unique place in coin history. The 1971 cent coin was produced in large quantities, but not all of them were made equal. Over time, most pennies get passed through countless hands, getting scratched, worn, and damaged. But the real treasure here is the 1970 penny that has been carefully preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition. It's incredibly rare to find one of these coins in perfect shape, and that's what makes it so valuable to collectors. So, what's the big deal about this 1970 penny, and why is it worth so much? It's all about its rarity. While the U.S. Mint produced millions of 1-cent coins in 1970, very few of them have survived in mint condition. Most have been in circulation for years, losing their sharp details and shiny finish. But a 1970 penny that's been carefully stored away, untouched by the wear and tear of daily life, is a true gem. And here's the real kicker: if you have a 1971-cent coin in uncirculated condition, it could be worth an unbelievable $71,000. Yes, that's right, your 1970 penny could be worth more than a luxury car or even a down payment on a house. This small, unassuming coin has the potential to bring in an incredible amount of money, making it a highly coveted piece for coin collectors around the world. So, how do you know if you have one of these rare 1970 pennies? First, take a good look at its condition. Does it still have a shiny, brand new appearance, with no signs of wear, tarnish, or scratches? If so, it might be worth a lot more than its face value. In fact, even the slightest imperfection can decrease its value, so make sure to inspect it carefully. But there's more to the story. There are also certain minting errors that could make your 1970 penny even more valuable. Sometimes, a coin may have a slight misprint, a design variation, or an error during the minting process. These little quirks make the coin even more unique and increase its worth on the market. If you happen to find a 1970 penny with an error or a rare feature, you could be looking at an even higher price tag. Imagine this: you're going through your old coins, or maybe you just found a 1970 penny at the bottom of your change jar. You give it a close look, and to your surprise, it's in perfect condition. This penny could be the treasure you've been waiting for, sitting right there in front of you. If you've got a pristine 1970 penny in your collection, it might be time to get it appraised by a professional, because you could be sitting on a small fortune. So, next time you come across a 1970 penny, don't just toss it aside. Take a moment to inspect it carefully. You never know, you might have just found one of the rarest and most valuable coins in your collection. If you found this information fascinating, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on discovering more hidden treasures. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, the next valuable coin you find could be sitting right in front of you. Happy collecting!